Hello, wrestling fans. I'm the voice Cheyenne Ortiz, and thank you for joining me in what I hope to be a fitting tribute to a true pro wrestling icon, Terry Funk. Unfortunately, on August the 23rd, we lost Terry Funk at the age of 79. Terry Funk, born into a historic pro wrestling family, as his father, Dory Funk Sr., was already a legendary wrestler and legendary wrestling promoter in the Texas and Southern Belt area. His brother, Dory Funk Jr., would go on to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Following in his brother's footsteps, Terry himself would become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion. Terry and Dory were the first brothers, real-life brothers in pro wrestling, to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champions, respectively. Over the course of the Territory era, Dory and Terry Funk would become a legendary tag team across the entire nation, including favor in Japan and Australia. Terry would later reinvent himself in the late 1980s through television and screen in roles such as Roadhouse and Over the Top, not to mention his legendary feud in 1989 with the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Terry Funk would also engage in decades-long feuds with the likes of the American Dream Dusty Rhodes and Jerry the King Lawler. The Funker would further reinvent himself by becoming the grandfather of hardcore when he went ahead and took a chance on a little promotion called Eastern Championship Wrestling, later becoming Extreme Championship Wrestling. Speaking of Extreme, in 1997 at the inaugural ECW pay-per-view, Terry Funk would go on to become the ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Terry Funk would literally continue to compete in pro wrestling up until 2017, oddly enough, looking across the ring from his decades-long rival, Jerry the King Lawler. I hope you join me in this journey as I look to cover various opponents amongst Terry Funk's career through the classic PlayStation 2 title, Legends of Wrestling 2. For those of you wondering why I chose this title over other options, it's specifically because it's the fastest of all the gameplays from its era. I could have chose Showdown for the cool arenas and without having to unlock anybody, but instead, I'm choosing Legends 2 to get a more substantial look at the arenas, and again, it's the fastest of the gameplay. So now, we take you to the matches.
Making his way to the ring from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 245 pounds, Terry Funk.
I decided to go with a 70s look of Terry Funk in this opening contest. Of course, that song is a take on Desperado.
Introducing from Kansas City, Missouri, weighing in at 270 pounds, Harley Race.
At this time, Harley Race proclaims to be the greatest wrestler on God's green earth. Will that tale continue to be told as he looks to go one-on-one with the gatekeeper of the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas? For those of you wondering, Harley Race's theme is in fact the Jimmy King theme from Ready to Rumble. All right, here we go. I'm going to be taking a look at the various costumes that Terry Funk and a few different wrestlers have in this game. Each competitor has 4 different outfits, so I'm going to be looking to use that. Dory Funk at ringside. All right, that's what I get for turning managers on. Big time uppercut by Terry Funk. And as you can see, if you're familiar with this game series, which if you're not, stay tuned because I'm going to be covering all 3 games in depth in the very, very near future. If you've played any of these games, say what you will about which is your favorite. This is the fastest one. Sure, there's an argument to be made that Showdown is faster, but I honestly could not risk any glitches and paying tribute to Terry Funk, no offense. Oh, just a reversal there. Inside cradle, Funk gonna go for it early. No count there. And Funk sends Race to the outside, tumbling right over Dory. Of course, these two waged war many, many times from roughly 72 to 77. Harley Race, fellow WWE Hall of Famer, Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, Wrestling Observer Hall of Famer, all accolades shared with Terry Funk. Fun fact, the kendo stick was seen in the Legends of Wrestling game series years before it would ever appear in any WWE game. It might have been in WWE Attitude on PlayStation 1, now that I rethink about it in this moment, but I could be wrong. And as you just saw, Harley Race reversed the small package, so that is a thing in this game. Lots of ground to cover when it comes to the Legend series. I think it just gets so much unneeded bad press, in my opinion. Spinebuster and a push off by the Funker. Ooh, that's an animation. Look at the blood. Harley Race is lacerated, to say the least. And yes, you are seeing weapons physics in a game that came out in 2002 as Funk drills the King. Sunset flip! One. No. Race quickly kicks out. And the King reciprocates. Handsome Harley Race will not be denied in a singles contest here in Legends of Wrestling on the PlayStation 2. Over the top! This is one of the smaller arenas that I'm showcasing early on. And not for nothing. Pretty decent size. It's a little modern for the game. Ooh, back to that pile driver. Uh-oh, could it be time? Spinning toe! The legendary move of the Funk family. An institution of offense. Can Funk get it back on? Yes, he does. The hold that got Terry Funk the world title the first time, counter by Race. Ref not there in time. For those of you wondering, when that finisher meter fills up, you get about 2 plays. You get about 2 plays per finish. I think I'm gonna have to turn the music off of this. And off the Funker! Goes for the ride with the Fisherman suplex. Goes for it again, the King, this time with the leg hook, the cover. What? No. Funk quickly evades. Oh, this remote doesn't have a lot of action. I have to switch remotes in this match too. And oh! Big back body drop. Nice back and forth action. And for those of you wondering, this is the mid-card, aka the medium difficulty. I personally like the challenge. When I was a teenager, I used to play on the Legend all the time. But we're a little past that. Looking a little familiar. And this game is great because you can make the modern wrestlers, such as, like, as you just saw, blatantly an homage to Triple H with that animation. If you wanted to make Triple H, you could. You could make all the guys that were competing in WWE and Impact at the time. Back then, it was still TNA. Trying to get that kendo stick. Oh, Bull Nelson. Russian leg sweep. And the King just cocks back on the chop. Big uppercut. King goes for the body. Now, I know somebody said, oh, for example, Harley Race doing a maneuver like this, completely unrealistic. He would have never done that. But you guys gotta understand, when this game comes out, it is literally the only wrestling game competition we have to, at that time, the SmackDown franchise. Now, would you have just preferred a game where guys like Harley Race and Hulk Hogan were literally only able to do snapmares? I don't think so. Back to the sunset flip. This time a 1 count. I like this match. It's back and forth. It's very gritty. You see the blood. No offense, it's a Terry Funk match. I need blood personally. I'm a little sad that I didn't get busted open, but hey, can't have it all. And big Northern Lights. Funk's got to be thinking big money. Goes for the cover. 1. Oh, Harley again with the float over. And Funk just barely able to get out of that. Oh, crucifix cover. There's the counter. 1, 2. And Funk only able to get the 2 on that. Big standard suplex right there. Snapmare, Funk with the Race with the follow-up. Funk with the counter as he shakes it off right there. And on the shoulders. And now it is Race who goes for the cover situation. Oh, but Harley Race now back in the driver's seat. One. Another cover. Oh, no, no, no. The King goes for that fisherman. Is he going to stay in one? And just barely, the Funker escapes. And now just grinding. Race with the leg hook, Watch out, Funk. One. And only a count of one there. Can Funk get it on? Yes. Oh, but a rope break. Race by the skin of his teeth. Sunset flip. 1, 2. And the King able to kick out. Funk just not able to block. Up. Funk was thinking pile driver. The King had it scouted. Double arm. And the King thinks pile driver as Dory Funk tries to will on his brother. How do you find the turnbuckles? I forgot. Well, that ain't it. That ain't it either. You know what that is? That's a climb to loss right there. Up, butterfly suplex. There's that hard chop again. The King once again answers the call. And over the top. Funk goes for the ride. Oh, but what's this? Up. Up, there we go. Got the trajectory right. Again, this game came out in 2002, kids. That was a cool setup. Alright, now, how do I do that? Alright, so it's L1. Mental note when I watch this video back. And Funk from the top! Funk inching. Funk breaks it. You gotta believe he's looking for the exclamation point. He's looking for the maneuver that got him the world title. Look at the canvas, just covered in blood. Does Funk have enough clearance this time? And I believe he does. Will Harley Race submit? No, another rope break. And Race quickly sacks Funk to the outside, realizing that he is in imminent danger. Can Funk time this properly? Sunset flip. The King is down. 1, 2, 3. And the Funks elated and relieved after that contest.
Making his way to the ring from the
I really like that attire.
Texas, weighing 245
I wish he had the cover-up, you know, the rodeo outfit, the giant smock, the chaps, and the hat. But that is one of the best models of Terry Funk I've ever seen in any game. Fire Pro, the 2K series, that's a good one. And here we go. The roof's gonna blow off the joint right here, Gorilla.
Beach, California,
look at that.
3 pounds, the man, the myth, the legend, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Give a like for American made. What are you? Are you a real American or an American-made guy? Put it in the comments below. Easily the best entrance of the whole game. You can tell where the money went for this one. Look at this. It's probably the longest entrance in the game too, by the way. You do not get a t-shirt with. For those of you wondering why this is in the game, despite WCW being closed down, Jimmy Hart owns the rights to it. All right. Shades of Saturday night's main event here with this match. I'm hoping to bring it to you. Here we go. I'm excited for this one, as you can tell. I believe we're going to have Dory at ringside once again. And yes, matching outfits. And the Hulkster gets the better of that exchange here. And Legends and Funk. Beautiful DDT, beautiful animation. Funk gonna think high risk right away. The Hulkster hates that. Tried to escape, but he could not. Went for that cradle. Hulkster counter. Look at that. Funk really taking it to Hulk early. One thing I'm not gonna worry about is Hulk's not gonna springboard on me while I grab this big ass 2x4. Look at this. Quick. Kind of think I should take a little bit of offense just so I can get Funk to bleed. And Irish whip. Right into the barricade. Now, for those of you wondering, I have Dory Funk at ringside. He will get involved. I can't remember exactly how I can call for him, but he'll get on the apron. He'll distract the ref at my will, basically. He will not do it on his own design. I have to signal for him. And for those of you wondering, yes, I'm just going to keep nut smashing the Hulkster. This is pretty cool. This is literally the outfits they had on when they worked each other in WWE. And Funk quickly. Look at that. The double cross wrench. Bringing the heat. Oh, and Hulkster counters. Now, you see that blinking meter on your top left? That's my finisher meter. And I basically have one more try before that runs out. You basically only get 2 tries so that you don't spam it. It's not like the SmackDown games where you have 5 of them loaded up if you wanted to and you can hit 5. When that momentum meter fills up, it turns into a finisher and you get about 2 of those. And Funk with the push-off. Let's see some new animations here. Let's go full Nelson. Look at this. And the stroke! My old backyard wrestling finish. Fireman's carry. Big Samoan drop by the Funker. Yeah, I'm getting my rhythm back here. What was the first time you guys saw Terry Funk? He was such a generational talent in the sense of he's just crossed 3-4 generations. I remember I definitely had tapes of Halloween Havoc 89, so I didn't even know about the Flair feud until the DVD. But I could just remember him as Chainsaw Charlie during the Attitude Era. And one of my favorite Monday Night Raw matches ever, him and Mick Foley, that #1 contenders match where the winner would face Steve Austin at, is that Unforgiven? First time him, Dude Love and Austin worked. So, that's the first time. And then seeing Terry Funk do that moonsault from the crowd. Oh, look at that. That's a cool shot. The first time I saw it. Oh, Hogan had a finish. I didn't even know it. What the hell? I'm here reminiscing. I'm over here doing Picture It. Attitude Era, 1998. Hogan is whipping my double cross booty. And, oh, look at that, the gorilla press. Oh, only 1 leg drop for me, thank goodness. Yeah, this remote does not have a lot of action. I should have switched it out. Yeah, so seeing Funk in the WWE, and I'd see him in those odd tag matches, like with Bradshaw, and, oh, look at this animation, Sunset again. I remember him being in a Shotgun Saturday Night match where it's him, it's Terry Funk, Dustin Runnels, and Bradshaw against Brian Christopher, Brian Lawler, and, Brian Christopher, Scott Taylor, a.k.a. Scotty Too Hotty, and Lawler. And the place erupts when Lawler and Funk are in the ring. It's definitely worth watching. It's probably on YouTube somewhere. I'll put the link in the description just to give it some love. And here we go. I might tap the Hulkster out. Let's see. Let's see if I have enough time. I'm wrenching. I am wrenching. Hulka Puke is dead. You horse tooth banana nose bastard. Go for it, Terry. Get you some, Dory. Yeah. Big fan of that. Now this one's a little different, kind of hurts a bit. Legends 1 and Showdown, I would have been able to get the team entrance. Legends 1, I would have been able to do the animations myself, which again we'll cover when I get into that game. Legends 2, they would have came out as a team and done their own individual taunts without me prompting them. But this is a tag team match.
Making his way to the ring from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 240 pounds, Dory Funk Jr.
And as crazy as this looks to some, this is actually a very accurate entrance. Dory would constantly be like jogging to the ring, warming up, constantly using technician's technician as a wrestler. And their opponents.
Hailing from the Syrian desert, weighing 250 pounds, the Sheik.
The original Sheik, of course, Ed Farhat, recently profiled in a hit autobiography written by Brian Solomon. Awesome book that I highly recommend that all pro wrestling fans check out. Look at this. One of less than 5 video games to feature the original Sheik.
From Bombay, India, weighing in at 220 pounds, the human highlight reel, Sabu.
Look at that. In its simplicity, ever effective, the Sabu entrance. Actually, no, it'd be more than 5. Because he's in these 3 Legends games. I believe he's featured in 3 or 4 of the Fire Pro games. But, you know, when you consider the impact that the Sheik had, especially in the Illinois wrestling scene, in Michigan and stuff. Here we go. Now, unfortunately, this is going to be the screen for the tag match, so it's going to be a lot more ground to cover. I just took a glance at my screen, and I'm basically hovering over Sabu. Try to end this as quick as possible. Sabu is in. As you can see, he has to the count of 5. Accuracy. This gets a little wild. The game glitch, massive glitch. Do I have to restart the console? Do I have to restart the console? You kids have no idea how lucky you are. It is now time for your main event.
Making his way to the ring from the Double Cross Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, weighing 245 pounds, Terry Funk.
And his opponent.
Tennessee, weighing 235 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler.
I'm a little bummed. I wanted to get you guys a tag match. I wanted to feature both Terry and Dory out of respect. But I hope that this particular match type will suffice. As Jerry Lawler once said, he wouldn't even warm up to Funk if they were cremated together. Here we go. And Lawler quickly going for the escape. And instead hits the moonsault. It's a steel cage. It's men who battled for literally 30 plus years. It is legends of the business. It's Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler. And an excellent soundtrack for the main event. Jawbreaker by the King. And the Bronco quickly pushes the King off. And Lawler eating the steel quite a bit in the early going of this contest. Big time scoop slam. Of course, Lawler, former AWA World Champion. Funk, former NWA World Champion. Oh! Lawler blocks. Lawler goes up for the ride and hits that Death Valley driver, that new maneuver that Funk has been showcasing here. No referee, no rules. It is the steel cage. The ultimate definition of settlement in professional wrestling. The cage. And Funk goes for that inside cradle, but it won't do him any good. In the cage, the only way to win is by escaping. And Funk, that double arm Death Rider of his. And over. You gotta believe that Lawler knew that Funk was gonna hit that pile driver. And now this time, powerbomb by Funk. And Funk again goes for that cover. Up. Funk slips out the back door. And wheelbarrow. And now Funk, quickly applied. And Lawler, just as quick, gets out of it here. But the damage may have been done. Funk's gonna go again. And yes, it is the spinning toe hold. The fulcrum and the Funk foundation. Lawler with the pile driver. Early Lawler stuffs him. And Lawler gets him again. Great opportunity for the King to escape here. But he chooses to inflict more pain on his forever rival. Oh, that time, Lawler knew it was coming. And Funk is really turning it up here. Funk just debating between... the crazy old man hits the cage. Funk just debating between the cage and Lawler there. Couldn't make up his mind. And Lawler blocks the full Nelson attempt. And it's Lawler now goes for a pin. I think he just want to get out of that fireman's carry scenario. And he does it again. Waist lock. Funk with a great load up there. And oof. Inverted atomic drop. And now it's Lawler focusing on the leg, hyperextending that left leg. And Lawler takes Funk for the ride. And now, Funk has his sights on the leg again. Does but only so much damage. And Funk not able to apply it. We've got a precarious situation here. And Funk is in a world of hurt. Lawler is in control of the situation. And no! Lawler instead decides to put his body on the line to inflict punishment on Funk. And Funk trying to go off the ropes there with the Irish whip. Funk tries to remain in control. Ooh, big chop by Lawler. Not a maneuver we see the King go for often. King more known for those textbook strikes of his. A perennial striker of his era. Up, open, over. Funk goes for the ride. Lawler focused on the cage door, but again, sacrificing his exit strategy for the sake of inflicting punishment on Funk. For Lawler to sacrifice his exit strategy makes me question where his mind is in terms of victory. And Lawler focuses on the door. Can he get out in time? Remember, you just have to break the door open and then climb out of it. And can Funk break the door? Once the door is broken, it is free for either he or Lawler to escape through. And the cage door is free. Will the same be said for Funk and Lawler? We will find out. And Funk goes for the ride. Can he stop Lawler? Can he stop the King? Who's going to get out in time? Is it going to be Lawler? Is it going to be Funk? Who wants it more? Who will escape the cage? And Lawler! Lawler escapes the cage and gets the upper hand. That one hurt.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing 234 pounds, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, Bret Hitman Hart.
One of my favorite entrances in the game. I just couldn't let the Funker go out that way. I couldn't. So I give you a taste of the 1997 Farewell to Funk in the Texas Fairgrounds, a little beyond the mat to properly send this home. Back and forth. A lot of respect amongst the Funks and the Hearts as wrestling families. Of course, Bret, the son of Stu Hart. And Funk quickly going for the weaponry. Hits Hart with that crutch. And Funk hits a German suplex. Not often we see that from the Funker. Middle-aged and crazy he is, and he's showing that right now. Right across the forehead of the Hitman. Up and over. And Funk sends Hart into the barricade. Sunset flip. Great evasive defense by Funker. And a cradle pile driver by the Hitman. Bret with one of the best pile drivers in the history of wrestling. One of the best suplexes. And if you've never seen it, I believe it's on Peacock now, the Bret versus Terry Funk match from '97. And it's really good. You know, Funk is in there, he's hanging. And you gotta remember with Funk's moveset in this game, it's all like holds and pins because he was one of the last traveling champions. And Funk, thinking top rope, is Bret gonna stay the trip? Tries to leave, but stays stuck on the terminal. And Bret with the big back suplex. Can he hook the leg? He does. Funk signaling for it. I don't think the Hitman's ready to get put away, but he does administer the spinning toe hold. And Funk has got Brett down. Can he slide in? Great back and forth action here by the Hitman and Terry Funk. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. This is the tribute episode to Terry Funk, who unfortunately passed away on August 23rd. And Brett trying to hit that sharpshooter. And Funk knows what he's going for. Little mind games, little skull section by the NWA champion. And Funk again goes in hard with it. 2 shots with the trash can. Brett has been lacerated. And Funk again just unrelenting. Watch out! The Texas pile driver on the outside, no less. And there's that small package again. And as Funk inches closer to victory, he's going to bring it on the inside. Oh, cover scenario. What? Oh, that could have been all right there. Oh, this time pulling the tights, really getting leverage. Really getting it there. And Funk!
Do you give up?
From the pile driver to the toe hold. Funk gonna go again. And he, will he? And Funk! On Brett. Quickly goes for that cover situation to get out. Recontrolling the scenario. And Funk, top rope again. This time Brett escapes. And Funk with that inverted atomic drop. Oh, but Brett ever so quick with the drop toe rope. And now it's Brett with the pile driver. But can Brett follow up? No. He wants to inflict more damage. And Funk sends Brett for the ride. And gets the hell out of Dodge. And Funk goes downstairs again. Big scoop slam by the Funko. Shoulder breaker that time with the follow-up, but Brett, excellence of execution, a submission, and escape specialist, is the Hitman. Big hooking clothesline. Oh, and Brett answers the call. And now, is this it, kids? Funk. Spinning it right round. And Brett submits. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you so much for joining me on this tribute episode to Terry Funk. If you enjoyed this content and have any respect for all of the contributions that Terry Funk made in the pro wrestling world, please leave your Terry Funk memories in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in the time-honored tradition as we toll the bell 10 times for Terry Funk forever.